guardian of birth, healer of the sick, comforter of the aged. To the profession of medicine, to the men and women who labor in its cause, this story is dedicated.
Hello?
Hi.
Come on. Seriously. Is that... I am sorry. Thank you. We'll let you know. Thank you, Josh. The guy casually answering the phone.
Do we have to start every fucking show with mic troubles? Can't we just start with hello and pretend like it didn't happen?
Here's the show. You ready? Here's the show. My name in the show is Mike. Mike Kindler or whatever. The name of the show is Mike Troubles.
I don't like you. I just don't like you. I mean, that's really what it's come down to.
Oh, yeah? You know what I respond to that with? A fakey laugh. That also sounds like I smoke too much weed.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Do they ever, in the DJ business, do they ever say, and a good Monday morning to you? That's not bad. Josh, you hate me, but that's not bad.
I don't know. I can't.
You can't hang up. You can't hang up.
I can't sort it out right now. I can't quite sort it all out right now.
You can't, but you can't hang up.
I'm not going to hang up. No, that's not an option.
It's not acceptable.
No.
You know how hard I've worked to be slightly late for this?
It's very, very hard.
I have learned some things about myself in terms of why I run late.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to, well, there's a couple things.
Well, we've covered it like 100 times, but okay.
No, these would be hopefully new things.
Okay, I'd like to hear the breakthroughs.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, you know, my stories aren't good.
Let me preface this.
Okay. The reason why, and I think it's all the therapy and the going to Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything that I've agreed to do.
I understand.
And so, what do I do? Who do I hurt? The people in my life. It's not their fault.
Right.
Right?
No, I understand, but I understand, you know, my wife suffers even worse than I do from insta-dread.
I like that. I don't think we've ever used that. I'm going to write that one down.
Because
insta-dread.
Because she has the worst case of it. Because you at least, and this is one of the few places where I think you have a better case than Allison in some ways. Because Allison will like enthusiastically agree to do something and then immediately dread it once it becomes an obligation.
I really can relate to that.
Yeah, but you at least accept everything with trepidation.
Right.
So
that's right. But I just realized one thing, though, that is a thing that people like me and Allison is, it sounds like we might have the same thing, which is you think, I've learned this in therapy, I think that my mood is going to make other people happy. So if I act, I go, I want to be enthusiastic about something.
Right.
And then that becomes a pressure. Oh, it doesn't have to be a pressure, but then that becomes another way of, it's just a weird thing. It's a weird deal.
Well, I think you need to have some faith in the fact that you're just like at your baseline, you without any affectation thrown on is a very nice person. You know, you're a good person. You're a pleasant person. You are engaging when you, when you don't try too hard. You know, come on, let's be honest. But, but I mean, that's the thing is you don't have to act extra enthusiastic because your baseline person is pretty pleasant.
Right. I understand that. Yeah, I do understand that. And the thing is,
it's not like your Harvey P. Carr, you know.
That's true. That really is true. I you didn't have this, we both love Harvey P. Carr.
Sure.
Or at least I love Harvey P. Carr.
That's why I chose him, because I knew it would hit home with you.
But I had his phone number was given to me and I never used it.
He gave his phone number to my kid.
No, he didn't give me. A friend of my friend gave me his phone number and said to call him.
No, he personally gave his number to Elon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, hold on. Let me see if I can withdraw out of Dr. Narcissism. Okay, I now realize everything's not all about me. So I have to hear about this right now. Maybe you've told me about it, but I need to hear about this.
Elon went with his dad to I guess a signing or some sort of, bookstore event. And he was talking, he and Harvey were just talking there, and Harvey was like, "Oh, I gotta go, but here's my phone number. Give me a call."
That's so great. And how was the call?
He never called him.
I've done a lot of things in my life that I do regret like that, and I know you're going to think this is name dropping, but it's not name. Well, it is name dropping.
Well, it's okay. It's an entertainment show. It's okay.
Once I was on a plane with Fyvush Finkle, who recognized me from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Very nice.
And he said, "Let's have some dinner when you get to New York." I said, "I would love to have dinner with you." He goes, "Let's do." He didn't say, "Let's do this." That's the way I talk.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I got to New York, I was scared about going to see him. I wanted to see him, but I was scared about it. And then I called him and said, "Sorry, I can't make it." And he was disappointed.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's one of the things like I've never let go, although I know you have to let these things go. So, I mean, I have let it go, but I have a ton of those.
I mean, but I can see, there's a solid lingering regret factor to that one.
You mean like I should be regretful?
Well, it's not like you were a bad person.
Right.
But, but you will always now go, what is the night with Fyvush Finkle? What would it have been like?
Yeah, well, it's just.
I met Fyvush Finkle when he was on Later. I think we even did a little sketch with him, but he was a delight.
His wife was I met
his wife was with him on Later too. He had his little old Jewish entourage. It was pretty funny.
Yes, his wife was on the plane once, and so was my wife, Susan, and we all seemed to get along famously. And then I had to go it's like, it's not really something that I don't know why these things happen anymore. I mean, I know why they happen more. But yes, it's just, I guess it's one of those things that's, it's a,
hey, at least you didn't ghost Fyvush Finkle. That's what's important.
Well, that's true. That is true. It was one of the hardest phone calls I've ever had to make, because what happened, the other part of it is I used to get to New York and never felt older than I was when I was a kid. It's the weirdest thing. Until my parents died and everything, I was like, I can't. I'm at my mommy's house in Queens, and I can't go to his. Where does he live? What am I going to take a cab? I can't afford a cab. Stuff like that. That's the inner monologue of a moron. Not a moron, but someone not stupid. No, someone who lives in fear.
Right. That's what it is. Really, it's just fear.
Yeah, it's just living in the fear of. So I did notice going into this thing. It was 8:45, and I said, I have to take a shower. I can't not take a shower because I have to do a cameo later, and I can't do a cameo. I have to shave. And look presentable.
Okay.
For my cameo.
All right.
And then and so the other thing is this. This is what I thought was, to me, one of the funniest things I have done while being late, because I was 4 minutes late to tonight. Well, yeah, 4 minutes late, because I don't allow myself the 5-minute cushion that I used to have when I have to leave the house.
All right.
It seems if you can't make it at 9, you can make it at 9:03.
But here's how I recommend you play this scenario next time. It's 8:45. You go, I got to take a shower. You take a second. You text me. You go, hey, let's do 9:15. And I go, all right.
This is the thing. What you're saying, I had a whole thing with my therapist last week where I thought there was a time period. She wasn't saying this, but I thought there was a time period where she was saying, it's too late for me with you, or something like that. Like she couldn't take it anymore or something.
Yeah.
What she was trying to tell me was, for example, I had to move my therapy last week because
you had paperwork panic.
Paperwork, right. Yeah. But because of the panic or whatever it is, the anxiety, I don't take care of it beforehand. She was trying to tell me that the way the contract is between us, if I miss something within 24 hours, not only am I supposed to pay for it. Remember, she's not saying I'm charging you. She's telling me what the policy is.
Right.
So she's saying within a 24-hour period, I have to charge you. And the thing is, I can't get it through insurance. You have to pay out of pocket for it. If I wanted to charge you. And what she's trying to say is, if I can have less anxiety or just take care of myself more in the moment, because I was going, I'll pay you the $250, $225. I'm sorry. I'll pay you $225. No, I think it's $250. I'll pay you the $250. I'll pay you the $250. But she's not saying that. She's not saying it to. We rescheduled, and it was fine. Everything was fine. And if she had charged me, I would have paid her. But the point is, I do put myself in more, what she says, like, I cause more danger to myself, not like going to get killed danger.
Right.
But I just cause more problems for myself by not addressing the anxiety and taking care of myself.
Right. It's like you catastrophize early, but then you hold off to make it as close to a catastrophe as you possibly can. To match your mood.
Right. And there's also a thing where I say, I go, just go, because I've had that thought, although I haven't had it enough, where I go, just tell Josh you're running 15 minutes late, and then but then there's a part of me that goes, I'm no quitter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do that to you, not that frequently, but often enough.
Not that frequently,
not unusual.
But you don't have a problem. You don't do it as a normal person would.
Right.
But to me, it seems astounding that you're on time for things. People are on time for things. It's astounding. It's astounding that people do anything, because that's how my worldview is, because of how much my ability to do things has been, like, not damaged beyond repair, but by the disease of OCD, and then by never addressing it.
Right.
And so, but I had to go like a whole day, because I was like, the next day I rescheduled the appointment, and I spoke to her the next day. So I did it on Wednesday. I spoke to her on Thursday. It was Thursday. I was like, addressing that. In that moment, I thought she really was saying, in other words, my feeling is that $250 makes me a bad person.
Right. And
she's charging me that $250. And she thinks I'm a bad person.
No, see,
that's
that
where the thing goes.
That $250 absolves you of being a bad person.
Right. So it's even if I pay, I can't even get it. I can't even feel good about it, given that it allows you to fuck up. You just have to pay.
Right.
And there's still no judgment in that. There's no judgment in the things that she gave me before she gave me a couple of pages and said, look at this if you get a chance. Yeah. There's no judgment. She's not trying to catch me.
Right.
So it's really just unbelievable, because it's like that time when I called you in New York before my mom died. It was like, I could not imagine that I wasn't a horrible person. And it sounds hacky that I do go back, that's what it does go back into.
Right.
It goes back into this primal thing where you can't look at your own behavior because you are so judgmental of your own. It's such a weird, like, when I knew that I had said the wrong thing to that guy, I was like, I mean, thank God I hope I never have to be on death row, if that's the way I handle, less normal slights.
Right. Yeah. It's exhausting.
It is. It really is. It is exhausting. It is absolutely exhausting. And I also think, and then also when you have this kind of thing, you also think that you also want everyone to like you, and then you keep asking everyone, you want everyone to like you, regardless of your behavior, or to say to you, it's so weird. It's just such a needy thing. But then I have to look at myself and go, I know the things I think about myself when I think bad things about myself are not what other people think.
Right. Like, how could they even?
It's so detailed. Right. How could they hate the way I smack my lips when I eat cheese? How could they?
Right.
How could they assume that about me? It's a terrible thing when you think, like, you can't look at your own behavior, because that's not a terrible thing, but it's just, it just, you can see how it's crazy making. And when you put yourself in the mode of not accepting yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I don't quite understand. And I'm not saying I don't understand why you do this. I'm saying I don't quite understand where you're at when you're in that place of like, I am the most horrible person. What's the ramification of that in your panicked mind, Like no one will ever love me, or I'm going to go to jail, or I'm going to hell, or what is the
I think it's no one will. Those other things I do believe don't happen.
Right.
So, but the thing of they don't like me, they're not going to like me anymore. Right. Or they're going to know. They're going to know I'm like it happens in any Twitter.
It's like
Twitter
imposter
thing, right?
syndrome of humanity, kind of.
Yeah, it does sound right. But it's like this. I thought everybody had this thing where they judge themselves completely by their own behavior, and therefore, if their behavior was bad, it's almost like this is where it gets to be what you put out comes back. It's like so many times I don't judge. Like it's like I'm not judging other people how I would be judged in a situation.
Right.
It's like.
But you are a lot.
I am a lot. Absolutely. Absolutely.
More strangers than friends.
No. But yes. And moment to moment. And it goes back and forth. That's why it comes out as like anger, stupid anger.
Right. That's why you're mad at a commercial, because of the way a guy said a thing.
But in another way, I overlove the commercials because I'm starting to post about that commercial that I love. I just love it. And I say, look at the books on the shelf. Everyone is funny, apparent. Everything is apparent wordplay. Unbecoming Your Parents is the name of his book.
Yeah.
I know. I could just, but you know what that becomes? Everybody has to see how funny I think this is. Come on.
Right.
So now.
Andy Kindler presents the funny commercial.
That is ultimately that really is what separates me from a Trump. It's just a continuum, right?
Yes.
We're not so different, but it's when you go further down that line.
Right.
Andy Kindler presents the United States.
Right.
Day to day in the United States. Created by an Andy Kindler joint, America. Right. An Andy Kindler joint.
Right.
Oh boy. Well, I'm cured now.
Good. Good.
And now, do you think that will make me?
And you owe me $225. No, $250. No, $225.
You know what? My first instinct was say it's less. First of all, believe it.
No, I know.
This is how criminal.
You said $250, and then your mind went, "Oh, people are going to think people think I'm saying I'm rich." Or whatever.
No, that's true. People are going to say it's rich, and also she used to charge me $225, so she did charge me $25 more. But I wouldn't want to admit that. Like, oh, look, I'm not rich or anything. Right. I only pay $2.25 a week.
Right.
A session, 2 sessions a week.
Wow.
We better start to make some goddamn money from this.
We really
whatever the hell this is.
Go to buymeatherapy.com.
Yes. Well, they have that. What's his name promotes that thing? The swimmer guy called therapy.
I don't know.
You do know.
I haven't seen that. No. Greg Louganis.
Who's the swimmer guy? Talk if you can communicate.
Mark Spitz. Greg Louganis.
No, come on. More recent swimmer guy.
Matt Phelps.
Yes. He had emotional problems and he got help for it.
Yeah.
And he thinks that you too can get help for it when you dial this number. I don't know why, Josh. I had to tell you that. I didn't. My mind said, forget it.
My mouth, not a cooperator.
My mouth wants to make a check. I'm very, that my mouth can't, was it? You don't want to make a check that your face can't cash?
Well, your problem is your mouth keeps taking out payday loans, which is a big mistake.
That is a double backing on that joke. Yes. First of all, I'm amazed that we can even have a conversation on the worst day in American history.
It's pretty bad.
And let me ask you.
It is evening in America.
Yes, if you didn't, and that is a double joke because it's Peggy Noonan maybe you don't know. She starts coming out with one. She's the worst.
She was taking shots at Kamala Harris. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's embarrassing to see her dance.
She's so frivolous. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't like. Oh well, when did you start hating black people, Peggy Noonan? Oh, your whole life. Interesting.
Huh,
Interesting.
Okay. Meanwhile, Trump's doing the white man's overbite to YMCA.
You have to. Have you tweeted that? Because I will retweet.
No, that's
it
a fucking
the
Billy
show.
Crystal joke from 1990.
No, it's not a Billy Crystal joke. You're taking the Billy Crystal joke from Harry Met Sally.
Yes.
And you brought it to the current situation. It's your joke. He's not doing anything more with that joke. Not only that, he's bad. He's hurting the Billy Crystal brand in general. You'd be bringing it back.
That's true.
He's doing the white man's. Oh, the joke is he's doing it to the YMCA. That's the joke. Why am I so angry about humor all of a sudden?
I don't know, but it's, at least it gets the blood going.
I'm drinking water tonight, folks. I'm off the sauce.
I'm drinking beer, oddly enough.
That is not odd. I always think it's odd that people drink beer. I really do. And I feel like I could have been a different person had I had a different constitution.
Yeah.
Kind of a man who has a 5 o'clock, have you ever had a martini?
Yeah.
And when you had it, were you saying, oh my God, this couldn't taste worse? Who has 7-Up? Or were you saying, this is a very sophisticated experience. I really enjoy it. My Bombay on the rocks.
I'm more of a vodka martini guy, but yeah.
You know why you like vodka martinis? Because there's less taste to it.
Well, this is probably true.
This is the least funniest bit I've ever done.
I also like olives a lot.
That I do. See, I used to be a bartender. I know you know this. And I would want to eat the olives as I made the martinis for people.
Yeah.
But the olive in a way are what's it called? What is it called in stereo when you bury in, it's not bury and sniff.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bait and switch.
In stereo. I didn't know what that meant.
You don't know? Hey, are you getting this? You don't know what stereo means, Josh? I mean, what are you talking about? Josh, I'm whipping my head literally 12 feet in each direction.
I'm doing fucking Doppler jokes for you over here.
Hey, look. Look, DBX noise
Have
reduction.
you heard my Doppler comedy?
No, I haven't heard it.
It'll come around. Hi.
But what have we turned into now? What if we turned? Who are we? So anyway, it was so depressing.
Yeah.
But I do think I have one prediction from it, and I'm big on predictions.
Yeah.
It will cause a landslide. It will help cause a landslide.
Peggy Noonan? I don't know. What are we talking about?
No. Yeah. The way that asshole rammed the court lady in there, and then of course it should be Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
Who better than maybe the worst human being?
I don't know. I actually took a little bit of comfort watching him drag his comorbidities into the White House today.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't wait.
Clarence Thomas is now the longest serving justice on the court.
More like injustice.
I'm old enough to remember when he was the latest disgrace.
I'm old enough to remember when we didn't have the term "I'm old enough to remember" before jokes.
That is old.
It wasn't as hot as it normally would be in the valley today, Josh.
How hot wasn't it? Wait a second.
Hold it. Oh my God, we really could be morning DJs, I think, if things don't work out.
Yeah, but then we'd take the job and both dread it and quit.
On iHeartRadio? You're listening to iHeartRadio. It's Josh and it's Jew and Jewy and Jewier.
So I turned down an invitation for you.
Oh, what was this for?
This is for lunch at a restaurant with Josh.
I can't go to a restaurant.
I know.
I love Josh Mankiewicz.
We're going to the Palm on Friday.
Who?
Josh Mankiewicz and I.
And I'm not going.
I do know that.
And does he think less of me?
No.
And how come you guys are going?
Because he's been going to restaurants like once a week. He texted me about a thing, and so we started talking, and he was talking about, because he's back doing Dateline, but he's mostly doing Zoom stuff, and not, he's not traveling, but he's traveling.
I'm so glad that you not that you stood up for me, but that because that's awkward because I love Josh Mankiewicz.
He said, do you think we can grab Andy and do lunch? And I said, well, I think the chances that Andy goes is very slim, but I'm at my breaking point. I'll go.
Well, you guys be careful. Is there a terrace there?
Yeah, it'll be outside. It's outside. I asked him
careful.
What's the outdoor? Oh. I asked him what the outdoor steak scene is right now, and he had a very working knowledge of all the outdoor steaks one could have.
It is something that now. I did cut you off about what he's doing. You said he's doing Zoom type Dateline things.
Yeah, he does.
Or maybe
he's doing Dateline interviews, but he's doing it via Zoom. But they have camera crews on both ends, so so it televises like a real interview.
Oh my God, I'm not going to say what will they think of next because I should have been able to think of something like that. But I hope you guys have fun, and I'm nervous now about everything.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not cavalier.
No.
About it, but
I'm not worried about you going there.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about you going there. I'm glad you're going there. And what would you like me to say about you at the funeral?
I got it before the end.
Yeah, before they put you. Look, I'm saying. Did Josh say what he wanted to have plugged before we go to the gravesite?
Yeah.
Beep, 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 boop. Jokes! All right, I'm cool now. I'm cool. Well, that's very cool.
I am very excited to have someone else make good food for me.
I think it's going to be, they do a nice, I think they do everything is great there, right?
Yeah.
They do, what's their salad that I remember having with I think it was with avocado and, why is this, I hope this voice goes
I don't know why.
Hey, so thanks for listening to Restaurant Talk. I'm Andy Kindler, and my guest tonight is the chef from Kraft in Century City. Josh Elvis Weinstein's with me. Josh, how's it going? Why am I gonna make you do a sketch?
And you made me be me in the sketch, which is even worse.
It's so stupid. At an existing restaurant that I think everyone knows it's that other guy, right?
Isn't that Colicchio's place?
Yes, Tom Colicchio.
We went there. We didn't.
Yes,
we did. We had a couples night there years ago. It was really.
That's
good.
when the world
really
was
good.
still. That's when the world was still going to continue.
I know. Well, that's why. That's why I figured I have to go have a fucking steakhouse because it's going to be like this for at least another 6 months, and it's going to be just like either you do or you don't. So I'm going to use one of my deal meal virus cards for a lunch.
Did you say deal a meal?
I did, yes.
Did you ever? I know neither one of us was on deal a meal, but those were the days, weren't they?
But we made fun of Richard Simmons quite a bit back in the day.
I never did.
I did. He actually hit me once.
What happened?
He was on. I don't know if he was on our show or if he had been on our show, but we ran into him in the hallway, me and another writer. And
I'm already laughing. I don't know what you did to him. Did you try and trip him?
No, I was just like being flippant. He was being all Richard Simmonsy, and I was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go have a cigarette and then a cheeseburger. And he just slugged me hard on the arm, like harder than you'd think Richard Simmons would have coming at you.
You must have enjoyed that after you got over the pain.
Sure, of course, yes.
You know who else hits people hard as a quote joke is Dave Higgins.
Yeah, does he? Well, you're little.
I know. He's not going to go. Oh my God, is that what bullies do? Is that what people who are not regular bullies, but that's what regular tall people do? They go, "Oh yes, of course, you're very tiny. I'm sure Dave Higgins was very. It really did get under your skin, little man."
Right, I'm sure you left a mark on your tender peel.
And Jimmy Jimmy Miller, Dennis Miller's brother, is also capable of like giving you a shot in the arm.
Oh, is he?
Not career-wise.
He was like, last time I saw Jimmy Miller, he was like way too happy that I had lost weight. It's kind of like, hey, welcome back to the human race, cha-cha.
Wait, that's not Jimmy.
That is Jimmy.
Doing You're doing him as Dennis Miller.
It's the same impression,
It is the same.
dude.
He has the same voice. He really does.
Fucking voice.
He's got the same voice. Yeah, how's it going there, Kindler?
You know, Rich isn't so different either.
No, Rich is the only. I'd say he's more has a laid back. He doesn't push as hard as Jimmy and Dennis do.
Well, he's closing smaller deals.
My God, this can't be happening. Is the name of my new CD?
Yeah.
Oh, reality! What a concept! Oh,
I feel better talking shit about Rich after he didn't return 2 emails in a row. So.
You know, you're less like this, but when I was reading an article about someone, I think it was about Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah.
Where they say he has a long list, he keeps a long list of slights.
Jesus. You're the one with the fucking grudge Rolodex over here.
No. I'm not saying you're anywhere even in my territory. Believe me.
Yeah.
I'm a professional. I have so many grudges, I use reinforcements on them.
That was a joke. That was a joke I was doing for a while about when I woke up from surgery, did a quick grudge inventory.
It's so true. Who do I have to remember to continue hating?
Like
because it is
Social Security number, grudge inventory.
Oh man. But no, I hate when I get that voice. Why can't I just be comfortable with the silences and allow things to happen instead of making every moment some kind of a show?
Hard to say. We'll figure it out on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you guys don't shut the fuck up, about 200 people are going to beat the living shit out of you. I ain't kidding. Because we got people who can just take you out of here so fast, man, it'll be like you out in the parking lot going, huh? I know. It's the okay state. I seen your license plate. Oklahoma's okay. It's like, may not be Nirvana, man, but by God, it's okay. I don't know, if you're in Oklahoma, is that like Oklahomanian? I guess if you were gay, you'd be in Oklahoma. Kind of like this guy. But no, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker! Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, sure.
That was unnecessary.
Hello.
No.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Maybe we shouldn't do the phone anymore. Maybe
No.
we should turn it into a different device.
Yeah, what should it be?
Well, something we don't have to say hello.
Well, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
I don't like it. I'm Baby Andy tonight.
All right, well.
Yeah. I'm allowed to be tiny and stupid. How's it going, Baby Andy? Stop kidding her. Baby Andy, stop complaining. Plaintiff. Is that the definition of plaintive?
No, I don't think it is.
Or is the plaintiff the joke and the guy Tommy Dreesen? My first wife, the plaintiff, get it? All right.
I do.
I can outlast any. No, I'm not going to do it. You know why? Whoever thought it was a good idea for me to turn my problems into a fight with other people?
I doubt anyone ever told you that.
So in other words, like, hey, Josh, I dare you to try and have a conversation with me.
Well, I think that, if anything, that's the theme of the show.
Right. And then the other part of it is, was there too long a pause there? Admiral? Okay, I don't know. Admiral went off the charts there.
Yeah, I was actually just kind of swallowing. That's really all that was happening.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all it takes with me. That's all it takes to derail me.
All right. I'm gonna briefly swallow again. Hold on one second. Okay.
Well, you just wanted to swallow. Why'd you turn it into a bit? Hoo, hoo, ha, ha, hoo, hoo, ha. I'm the laughing man.
Why are Wednesdays hard always?
They're not.
Okay.
You know what, Grandpa?
Yeah.
This is not your father's horrible Wednesday conversation.
So you mean your great-grandfather, you mean?
I don't know. I'm my father. I think I'm my father's everything.
I'm my own grandpa.
What's that from?
It's from the novelty song, I'm My Own Grandpa.
Go ahead, take it. Give me
can't.
one verse.
I can't.
It's not real, right?
No, it's real. It's
come on.
it's
Let's do it.
No, it's just very complicated.
Complicated, like I wouldn't get it because it's like has a yes style structure.
No, it's complicated because it's designed to be complicated. The point of the song is he figures out some combination of people and relatives marrying each other that he ends up being his own grandfather.
Is it one of those F in the strudel and the H in the bing and you take out a thing and now there's 5?
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Not bad. You have to admit,
It's a Dr.
I do some awful bits on the show.
Demento thing.
It's Dr. Demento. Have you ever heard my Dr. Demento
I have.
impression?
Yeah, but I cherish it.
It's Bobby Gravy and the Lumpy Tones with their song Gravy. Gravy. See, there was a time in my life, most of my life, and some would say even now, that all I did was sit on the sidelines and criticize.
Yeah, now you dive in.
I can't say I'm not a participant now,
No.
but it doesn't make the standing on the sidelines heckling any less attractive.
It was. I just for filing's sake, was it Bobby Gravy and the Lump Tones or Bobby Lumpy and the Gravy Tones? I think it was Bobby Lumpy and the Gravy Tones.
Bobby Lumpy.
No,
But I could say Jerry Lumpy. There was a baseball player.
yeah,
And his name was Jerry. I thought his last name was pronounced Lumpy.
or veteran newsman Jerry Dunphy. You could be.
Yeah, but this was a baseball player named. What about this? Don't you get? What about comedy style 75? Don't you comedy style 93? You know, I don't mean comedy style. I mean routine 16, punchline 90.
Yeah,
Right? Because that's a whole structure, right? What part of this don't you understand?
sure.
And also, will this always be good? Oh, that's just my post-minimalist something or other. Post-minimalist.
I don't. That one I don't quite slot into as easily.
I don't need you to... you know what? Do your own slotting on your own time. Hello?
Yeah. Oh man.
Come on.
The temptation was there to have a 6-minute show.
The Temptation? Are you sure you didn't meet me in The Temptation?
What the fuck, man? Stop it. If I could
reason why I'm
slap you,
doing
I
that-
would. I want to come and slap you.
No, I'll tell you why I did that last one. I did that last one because Susan even pointed out last night. She did one of those thank you, Groucho things after I said something.
Yeah.
Just a terrible pun.
Yeah. So she
And
was
if you-
giving you too much credit, probably.
Oh, wow. That got in. Now, Josh, I did solve some of the
This is
things.
the second time this week you've brought me to rage within the first few minutes
It's not,
of the show.
yeah, rage. Why don't you fucking look at what Trump has done at the border if you want to? That doesn't help, right? Look, first of all, there's 2 things I want you to know.
Yes.
A, you're not hanging up on me, okay?
I'm not.
You can hang up
I
on
will
me, not-
I will absolutely not 100% guarantee that. No.
But don't go to it like you usually do as an easy out.
No.
It's easy to turn the pain off by just blocking me out. Any smart person can do that.
All right.
Anything. Did you see Vince Scully's congratulations?
I hope you'll all celebrate responsibly.
The Dodgers thought. Can you give me a quick thing on is there anything about the Justin Tanner thing that I'm so excited about the Dodgers? Is there anything about that I should make me think there was no funny stuff going on, right? It wasn't his fault that they told him in the 7th inning, right?
No, but it was his fault that he then escaped quarantine and went on the field with everybody.
Why are they doing that? Why is he a Republican?
I think he's a Dodger who's been to 3 World Series and lost 2 of them until last night. And
fuck you! Everyone's getting COVID.
Wasn't going to lock him and sit in a little locked closet off the locker room while his team celebrated.
You're getting COVID. You're getting COVID.
It was completely wrong of him, and it was completely understandable at the same time.
Ooh, Josh, I would call that a sophisticated take. You know what I mean?
It has some nuance. It does.
It's hard to dislike him because he's a very. I love the way he plays.
Well, he's got a big red beard. You know.
Here's the thing. I don't know that much about. I do,
but he's very much. He's the gritty heart and soul of this team for the last 5 years. You know. And
he's an amazing third baseman, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we don't know him. Anybody who's listening, if Perush is right now consulting his ESPN gibberish guide, neither one of us have paid that much attention to the baseball, right?
Not that much. I did watch the World Series and enjoyed it, but
me too.
I enjoyed it because it was the World Series. I think as much as anything, you know.
Oh, but I think
the stakes had to be high for me to enjoy it. I think.
Having lived, here's what I'm saying. I don't know what my argument is, but I just want to let you know, I think I come by this honestly because I moved here in 78. I never liked the Dodgers in New York because one of my brother's best friend was always the Dodgers. If you
tell me the story of how you were a big Lakers fan in the 80s, I'm going to fucking lose it.
No, I wasn't going to tell that story. Okay. I wasn't going to tell that story because that's the Lakers.
Yeah.
But I used to hate the Dodgers.
Right.
But then I moved out here, and then, of course, later on I find out it was really Brooklyn's fault that the Dodgers left. They didn't try and keep them, really.
Yeah.
So I used to be like, they just left, but there's more to it than that. And now so tired.
I think you should.
Tired.
You should embrace it the way the reason I embraced the Lakers is they left Minneapolis and came to L.A. much like myself.
Wow, but that's more poetic. Your version of it is more poetic.
Well, it's not. It's not just based on spite and guile. Bile, rather.
True.
There's no guile involved.
If it makes you happy to portray me as some kind of mean-spirited, bitter, older comedian who is just so upset because things did not go his way, and things are never going to go his way. And I can't increase the character. Sorry. That's why I'm not a sketch artist.
Right. But I was like, you ran it out.
Yeah. So I want to tell you a couple of things I did before the show. Wait, did we talk about baseball? Oh, no. More about baseball. How about that guy, the pitcher? Urias?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's the way I would envision if I had to dream of me coming in. That's how I want to come in, like he came in.
Have it go well.
I have told you this story that when I was in the softball and in junior high school that we were leading 10-2 and they brought me in to mop up and it was 10-9.
Yeah.
And then I did tell you the story, right?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So then the shortstop, who was a tough kid in the neighborhood, told me, if you don't get this next guy out, I'm going to punch you in the face. And I was very scared.
Yeah.
And I did get not that I pitched that much better, but I did have a little more focus.
Yeah.
And I got the last guy out.
There you go.
Now, how many times have I told that?
I've heard it probably twice over the years. I can't insist that they were both on the podcast.
You know what, though? I just can't escape.
But it's okay.
the
It's a perfectly good story because it goes against expectations.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you think you put extra pressure on Kindler, it's not a helpful thing, usually.
No. And he was a kid that I did fear.
Yeah.
Todd.
Yeah, that's
Todd.
that's such an exclusive group.
But the name Todd, this is very strange, though.
Yeah.
I did associate Todd with bullies. Now, is that from a movie? Because, no, Todd was Bill Murray.
Todd was Bill Murray on the SNL sketch with Lisa Loopner.
Yeah. Todd.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
But Todd is generally in popular culture, Todd generally denotes douche.
How about Chuck Todd?
Just case in point.
I think my timing was, that wasn't funny, but my timing was good.
It's true. It was well accessed.
Go see Andy Kindler. His timing is good. You won't laugh, but you'll certainly you'll get out of there.
It was
punk.
funnier than had you gone Mary Todd Lincoln.
I hope I never say Mary Todd Lincoln.
Don't. Too late.
So I don't know. It was really fun to watch, and especially after they lost that game, which I missed the game they lost because my cable went out, or I'm mixing up anecdotes. But how did they lose in the bottom of the ninth? The Dodgers, when they were up. What were they up? 2-1 or something like that, or?
I think they were up 2-1. It was your buddy Urias. Didn't have such a good night. And,
he was pitching.
And then he was backed up by a sort of clown-like series of infield plays and outfield plays.
Were they doing a bit?
It felt like they were doing a bit.
That would be me. Anytime that happens, I think, there before the grace of God go I.
It felt like
and then I
two
say to
or
myself,
three guys remembered at the last second that if they make this play, a mafioso is going to kill them.
Well, I said there before the grace go I, but then I'm saying that I'd be good enough to be in the World Series.
Right.
I could have made the same mistake too. Yeah, but you wouldn't be available for the mistake. Mistakes just, when they happen, sometimes they are boneheaded.
They are. I have to say that as you were telling your Little League story, it occurred to me that I don't really have any scarring memories of my failures in sports, of which there were many. But
I didn't know that.
But I remember my successes big time.
Well, you've said to the people of our show that you were a heavy when you were a kid.
Yeah, I was a fat kid, but a coordinated kid.
Right.
So I could have I would have a hero play once a season at least.
You would have what?
A hero play.
Oh, I see. I got you. Tell me a couple. I'd like to hear a couple of those.
Well, in baseball, it was it usually involved a catch, or the occasion I have a couple of grand slams on my record.
A couple of grand slams.
Yeah, one softball and one baseball one.
So you were a good hitter.
I was an
and you were a
occasional
home run
good.
hitter.
I wasn't really a good hitter, but I was a big kid who, if I did connect.
Oh, so it's exciting. It's exciting.
Again, I was coordinated. I was also like the wincy kid who kind of closed his eyes when when he was at the plate. But, apparently late enough so that I had a good idea of the trajectory the ball was on.
Right.
So I wasn't a brave kid, really. I wasn't like seeking physical contact in any sport.
Right.
But,
I don't think.
But I was like I was like I was a guy who had skill position skills, but a lineman's body.
Right. And did you like to play fight?
No, not really.
I did.
I did not. My brother made it made it too real for me.
I didn't get to have great play fighting with my brother because he could destroy me. But,
yeah, well, mine could for a while there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I still like. If I wish that Susan were more into play fighting,
more wrestling.
Yeah, and also a little bit of the when you do the fake slap. I don't want to say slap boxing, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you like the little sort of fake punch roughhousing, the sort of annoying uncle kind of play that you do.
Well, I know. Okay, I am going to repeat this story because I know I've told it, but I can't help it. But one time I was play fighting with Susan in the post office, and I hit her in the face by mistake.
Yeah,
and I ran out of the post office. It was really.
Well, thank you for that.
Well, I think every couple at one point goes through the. You think you can take me? Like there's got to be some playing along those lines. Have you never? Am I the only guy who's approached his wife and said, "You want to go?"
You're not the only guy, sadly.
Excuse me. I'm not the only guy, sadly. That's a good general comment. Sadly for me.
Sadly for womankind, there's more of you.
So, I don't know where we were. Sorry.
You were slapping some women around for fun?
Yeah. I don't want to get into that because I have so many other. Here's the thing I'm hoping that there's so many embarrassing things about me. It's just hard to focus on any particular one.
I hit my wife and ran out of the post office. It's pretty fucking good.
It's really good. But it's not like I'm Opie and Anthony. Yeah, man. Hit my wife at the post office and then I just ran out because that's it.
No, the panic is what's funny.
The what?
The panic is what's funny.
I know what's funny. I mean, believe me, as I was running out, I was aware it was funny. As opposed to people who would be unintentionally funny, like someone who would really hit his wife. But the running out wouldn't be funny then. No. It would be escaping.
Right.
Just rescue me from this thing. But I did want to say, I noticed, I wanted to tell you on Monday, I was talking about how I'm late for things and what makes me late. And at 8:45, I want to take a shower and all that crap, right? And but then I panic. I panic, and then I'm also out to lunch. So in the middle of that last night, when I was trying to get everything because I get everything into the office, and that's where I mean, not that people need to know, although I'm sure Fyvush has the longitude and latitude, but I bring everything into the office, and then I was rushing back and forth, and I was already late, and then one time I just walked a glass of water in very casually when I could have brought like 3 other things, because I was just taking a break to observe what was going on.
Huh.
It just felt so weird. It's like, I don't know, maybe you had to be there.
I don't quite understand the sequence of events or the story or the reason.
I know, that's
for
why
it.
I tell a bad story. I think I should get someone else to tell the story. But the idea is I'm rushing rushing. I'm already late and I'm rushing,
right.
But I take the time to casually sip on a glass of water and as I walk into the room, just thinking about things.
Right. Because you deserve some me time.
Exactly. So it could be another dementia thing, or it could be rudeness.
You just don't want to spill the water, maybe.
That's true. And I did want to also, that's true. And I did want to, no, that's not true. I was completely out the line. I could have been asleep. And an addendum to the story on Monday. Oh, fuck, I forgot it. By the way, I learned, anxiety is what OCD is.
Yeah.
It's an anxiety disorder. I should have known that, don't you think?
I would have think just in your Googling you would have learned that.
But I had a talk with my therapist. Oh, and I probably told you this. Maybe not. And I said, we just figured out. It's like the anxiety is the thing. And why do I have it? Because I have some form of a disease. If you're okay with that word.
Sure.
You know, she doesn't like the word disorder that much. She doesn't like any of the words that much. But
Right.
I never realized the thing is actually based on anxiety.
I like glitch.
What do you like?
Glitch.
In what sense?
As a word for what people have.
This is. Are you hanging up a shingle and
No, I just think it's a good word.
glitch
Yeah.
for OCD?
For anyone's problem. OCD is your glitch.
Well, now you're making it sound like
ADD is one of my glitches.
Well, you sound like a space. Now you're like in the NASA program.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, do you use words like the probability curve?
I don't, no. But glitch is
Okay.
right in there.
What's that?
Glitch is right in there.
It is in there.
Yeah.
It is in there. So I just wanted to say that. And the other thing I wanted to say was that I'm learning to make wiser decisions before things. Because I want to amend the addendum.
Like a shower at 8:45. Good one.
I took a shower today at 20 to 9, so
Ah.
it was wrong. I mean, I did it, but it was still 2 minutes late.
Yeah.
But the addendum is that I don't think it's because I don't want to do things. I think it's because I wanted to delay things. Nah, I don't. I think the insight's gone. I think it's.
Yeah.
I wanted to say it wasn't just because sometimes I want to do things. Well, I don't know. I think insta-dread is still maybe the best way to sum it.
Yeah, it's resistance.
Right. Like an electromagnetic disturbance.
I
Of
mean,
some type.
using my wife as a example, as I did the other night. Traditionally, and this is a 26-year study now. The more my wife doesn't want to do something, the later we are going to be to it.
The way you're saying it, I swear to God, if she could hear you, you sound like a professor who has diagnosed their wife. Is right. You're right about your diagnosis.
I'm right. No,
It would not go over big with your wife.
No, it would, because she would know that it's been the source of probably some of our biggest fights over the course of the 25 years.
Have you gotten any more comfortable with however it goes? Or, I mean, is it better processed now when you go places? I know you're not going anyplace.
She's just gotten better at it, about it.
Oh, so she
acknowledges that fact about herself, which is one of the great things I love about my wife, is once she sees it, she's with it.
I see. Right.
You know?
Not just that she's punctual.
It's more just like, like she likes that I pointed that out to her.
Well, what would you? How did it manifest?
The pattern. She liked that I pointed out the pattern to her.
How did it? How did you figure out that was why?
Again, it's just observation and data analysis.
Yeah, see, because with Susan and I, it's almost a
and
competition.
noticing like, hey, these major events that we really need to be on time for, we're not.
Oh, did you miss weddings and things?
Yeah, I didn't miss them, but
and then you're coming in
stressfully late to things that we were not just attendees of.
And the other part of it is also because I've been I have a similar thing myself, but I have all kinds of reasons why I'm late, so it's hard for me to make an argument. But it's that the feeling of dread when you get there.
Yeah,
mine's off the charts.
Yeah, I am a huge practitioner of dread. Huge.
You mean when you're there, are you afraid people are going to go?
But being late ain't helping me.
Right. But are you afraid people are going to go, nice going, Josh and Allison? I guess you don't love us if you got here now.
Well,
that's what I would be worried about.
There's been situations where it's been almost like that.
And we'll be back. I always push one question too far.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really want to get into the story because I don't,
Well, let me just ask you this. Is my mother dead? I have to ask that again.
Only if mine is.
Okay, good. No, I had nothing.
Because she was involved in that last story I didn't want to tell.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing that I would say. If you wanted to tell the story, I'd be thrilled I would love to hear it because I love that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not Schadenfreude. It's just I love to hear about other people's
Well,
troubles.
I think I might have even told this one, but we were late. My mom, the most annoying my mom ever was to me was as it related to our wedding.
Oh no. Maybe you've told me this, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. Terribly annoying about a whole lot of points because it was our wedding and I wasn't involving her all that much. And I didn't want, and so she wanted to have this big luncheon back in Minneapolis for her friends. Our wedding was out here. But she wanted to have this luncheon for us, back in Minneapolis, which I absolutely did not want to have. and Allison absolutely did not want to have.
Why? What were you? What? I mean, what's not to like? I mean, I'm not even being sarcastic.
No, I mean,
it's not in place of a bachelor party or something, right?
What do you mean?
Oh, you mean as opposed to a wedding?
No, a week after the wedding. She wanted to have a separate event in a different city.
Oh, maybe that is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. That is crazy.
Because her friends weren't invited to my wedding.
Because you couldn't afford to do it, right?
No, because I didn't want them at my wedding. I wanted to have a small wedding out here with people that wasn't a big fucking deal.
Well, why did she want a bunch of her friends at your wedding?
Well, she didn't really, but she wanted them all to have a chance to give us presents. Is essentially what it was.
I see.
Because
she wanted so she wanted a post-wedding luncheon. It's standard.
She wanted the attention, apparently. Because I sure as fuck did not, and neither did Allison. So it was my mom being a bully, is what it was. And she furthered the bullydom by registering for us for gifts. Because we had a no gift wedding because I didn't want to write thank you notes mostly. That's why.
Oh my God. I have come to find out that is so you.
Because I would fucking blow it. And then that would be stressful when not having gifts isn't stressful.
But why wouldn't Allison, what if it didn't bother Allison to write him? She'd go, no, I'll handle it. Let's get some gifts. But maybe she didn't want to do it either.
She didn't want to do it either, and she didn't fucking know the people who were sending them,
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that's good.
So it was just like this thing that my mom insisted on. And then she insisted on the gift thing, too, because she had given all their kids presents, This Jewish justice.
Who's their kids?
Jewish justice thing going on.
Who's their kids?
Her 1,000 friends.
Why is she involved with her friends and their kids?
Because they all got married and had weddings that she was invited to.
Oh, it really does make sense, though. But was your mom normally? That sounds like a well, not even narcissistic. It's just an odd thing to want to do.
This wish. My mom had a lot of. My mom was victimized by the social pressures of Minneapolis Jewish society for 60 years.
That must have been. I don't mean to laugh, but I know that my mom. My mom was almost anti-Semitic by the time she left Judaism.
Almost.
She was. No, I wanted to soft pedal it. No, my mom hated being Jewish in an all Christian town. She hated it. She felt like a freak.
New York.
What? What does that mean? New York.
You just said she was Jewish in an all Christian town.
They're from Mamaroneck.
I'm kidding.
I'm Roebuck. I'm sorry. So keep going. There's more.
Oh no. So we ended, and so day of the brunch.
So wait a second. You flew to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
After your wedding.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. I think it was a week later or a few weeks later, or whatever, But it was.
Oh, I thought you didn't accommodate your mom, but you accommodated her.
Yeah, up the wing, I accommodated her.
And Allison was uncomfortable, I bet, the whole time.
She was not happy that we had to do this, really. And as a result, she was an hour late getting ready for it.
Oh, I forgot the subject matter.
So we literally walked in an hour late to this luncheon in our honor.
Oh my God, Alice! I want get Alice on the phone right now.
She might not be pleased that I'm telling this story to thousands of people, but and so I literally, my mom was seething mad at me, and I just walked over. I said, "Look," I was like very stern with her. I was like, "Look, you have two options here. We show up an hour late, or we show up a half hour late." Enraged at each other.
Did you guys do some healthy? God damn it! This is for us. They're doing this for us, Allison.
Yeah, no, I was.
Give me some of her pushbacks. Look, I have to.
No, I'm not getting into dialogue.
Oh, I'm. You know what? I should be thankful. I got enough of the story already. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's outstanding. I love it. I love it. That's just, I don't really love it, but it's just great.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like Trump, Trump love it.
Footnote, about 8 months later, I gave up on the thank you notes.
You gave up on the thank you notes?
Yes.
You wrote no thank you notes?
No, I wrote some, but there's still some of my parents' friends that never
wrote.
Yeah.
I think that's really odd behavior. No, look, every time I've ever done anything when I had to write something to the Letterman show or anything, I agonized. And every year with the cards, I forget what we did. Even we put out, I think we did do cards. I don't even care. It's always torturous, those parts of life.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, but they can be. I don't know about and
so,
I don't want to.
Back to our point. Is your mom dead? Yep. Is my mom dead? Yep.
No, we loved, first of all, let's be honest. I mean, let's be dishonest. My mom should have been in the Hall of Fame of moms.
In which wing?
In the wing where you experiment and you don't give your child any love.
Right.
No, that's not what I meant to say. But
Bobby.
What's that?
I said Bobby.
Look. Maybe I'm going to do the air quotes. Maybe my mother wasn't maternal. Maybe she didn't like me. Maybe. No, my mother, through therapy, I learned that the couple of the positive things I remember them because they were exceptions. But that's not to say my mom, I love anybody who's seen me with my mom knows I love my mom because she was very, especially as an adult.
Right.
I love both my parents.
Yeah. I think we all know that.
You know what? I'm sick and tired of you putting me up against the wall and making me salute. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go that route.
Okay.
Such an obvious dodge. No, but I still do like saying negative things about my parents as a joke.
Well, you can
and
say,
then I'd like to say
there's nothing wrong with saying it for real either. I mean,
Right.
First of all, they're dead, so you can't hurt their feelings.
Yeah. As I told you last night when we were talking about it, what the fuck are they going to do? I said to you off pod during one of our production meetings.
Right.
No, everything with me, you know what it is? Everything with me is recrimination. So
right.
I'm trying to notice where I start recriminating and just bail. You can't win.
There's not a lot of winning in that.
No, because there's only 2 or 3 plays. I convince you that what I'm doing is fantastic. I get you to say what I'm doing is fantastic, even though you don't think it's fantastic. And also, you just I keep asking questions. It's like the kind of personality you just keep asking questions to the other person. And you hope they don't notice that it somehow redounds on yourself, but it seems to.
Right.
I'm making stuff up now, but I'm baking it up based on my own life.
Right. Well, either way, I think we can both agree it's not productive anymore, right?
Josh Weinstein is just one of many comedians at the Comedy Gallery. But something sets him apart from the others. His age. He is just 1 week shy of 18, and he's already where he wants to be.
I mean, stand-up is definitely, I think, what I will always do. And where that takes me, I don't know, but I don't think I can ever quit doing it. But even now, if I go a week without going on stage, it makes me really antsy.
I forgot my headset. Can you give me 1 minute?
Yeah.
It's the worst you've ever heard you sound. Okay, bye.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. How's it sound? I'm not talking about the phone conversation. My voice. I'm worried about my voice today.
Yeah.
Because the doctor says I'm precancerous with my phone answering.
Wow.
So how's it sound?
I found you pretty benign.
Hey, am I on right?
Yes, I think you are.
Oh, you don't need me to check it, right? Because I don't want to check.
No, I don't care.
How are you? Sorry for being late. Why am I yelling? Sorry for being late, but I got a flurry of call. I got so much on my plate so quick, meaning one call.
Yeah.
One change of plans.
No, it's a nice move though to ask for a hard out and then
yes,
be
that's
late,
exactly right.
And then be late on the front end. That's good.
Sure. It certainly paints a certain picture of me.
Yeah, you're a type.
Yeah. An unpleasant type?
Not necessarily. Just
what would you call it?
High maintenance.
Oh! Hold on a second, Josh. Want to hear that again?
Yeah.
Kakawa! I apologize, and I do it both fakely, like I normally do,
right.
with a lot of resentment and anger,
yeah.
and I also do it sincerely. I'm sorry.
I accept it.
That doesn't sound right.
I accept it both ways as well.
That's what I heard from the people in your high school.
Wow.
Because they had a sexual committee that would report back.
Yes.
Oh, Josh Elvis Weinstein? Let me look that up. Oh, yeah. He liked it both ways.
I had no idea my permanent record was so complete.
Oh, my God. Don't get me back into my permanent record jokes. I think I probably had a permanent record joke. Everybody did, right?
I don't know. I don't know that I did, but I just made one now, so yes.
Well, I'm sure. Okay. I did them off stage, permanent record jokes. Like to beat the band.
I knew not to do it because the Violent Femmes had done it so well. I hope you know this will go down on your permanent record. Oh, yeah? Well, don't get so distressed. Huh?
Maybe I should hear them then.
You should.
What's the name of that tune, as Beretta would say?
I believe that one is Added Up.
And what would you recommend?
I would recommend the Violent Femmes' first eponymous album.
Got it. My pad is not near my microphone.
If you want to get a sense for just my pure teen energy,
yes,
that's it. That album right there.
I don't like violent women though. I don't know if it has anything to do with that.
It really doesn't. No,
it doesn't.
It does not. There's no women in it actually.
Isn't femme French for women?
Yes.
And that's the joke? No, it's not the joke, Andy. It's just a goddamn name.
It's just a fucking cowpunk name.
Okay.
That's all it is.
I like that name, though. I also like the New Pornographers.
It's an acoustic punk-ish trio from Milwaukee.
I can't believe I missed them.
I can't
What time period? Late 80s?
The song you know for sure of theirs is "Let me go on like a blister in the sun. Let me go on."
Wow. I do know that one.
Yeah.
You're good at something I'm not good at. Recalling tunes with your voice that people can recognize.
Yeah, that's just how they're filed.
Right. Mine are like, I can do all on the Watchtower, but if I had anything that I don't really know.
Right.
Like, do you get this song from my version? Cherish is the word I use to describe.
Yeah, you give the essence.
Because I get the name of
the reticent vocals of the association.
I never thought of it that way. That group was the association. Now they had a lot of good songs or a lot of kind of like poppy good songs. I like that song, but I was a kid.
Fluffy. I think isn't Windy them as well. Everyone knows.
Oh, Who's Rushing? First of all, talk about your edgy. A lot of people weren't going to get into that. Who's rushing down the streets of your city? It's pretty edgy.
Right.
I can't believe those songs sound like they were
Speaking of capturing a moment, though, which Windy did, I just had lunch. With Josh Mankiewicz in Beverly Hills.
Oh, my God. Are we going to not even do the letters? because of my
I
hard
don't know.
out.
I just know we have a hard out, so I just wanted to get that in before we start the other question.
Now let's change something. Let me get my side of this story in.
All right.
Before, okay. Let's remember that normally. Did I say is the word normally or normally?
Well, when you say it, it's normally, but the correct pronunciation is normally.
Oh, good to know. we usually go at 2:00 on Fridays.
That's right.
But you asked to go at 3. What did I say? Did I give it? Okay, I won't build that part of it up too much.
Yeah,
I said, okay, that's fine with me. 3:00.
I think you said sure! Exclamation point.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that goddamn bank would call at 10 to 3. I maintain I would have been on time today because I have my laptop and my microphone.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make me look good. Doesn't make me.
But
look
had we
good
gone
on
at 2, then you would have gotten a call from the bank during the show.
And that would have been. I would have probably ditched you.
Yeah.
Either way, it would have been bad.
The show would have ended on a meltdown hang up.
So let us hear my lunch with Josh Mankiewicz.
It was from a physical standpoint, I felt completely safe, I must say, because we had a table that was like against a hedge. We were like in the corner, so there was like a hedge on two sides of our table.
Right.
And there was and we were across the sidewalk from the restaurant-ish, we were on this curb. And there was no one at the table directly behind me.
And nobody recognized.
No, there was no recognition.
Okay. Because that's the one that I would be like, oh, Josh Mankiewicz, I watch every week. I killed my own grandmother.
It's Restaurant Row in Beverly Hills. There's no, everyone is a star, in terms of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Me too?
Sure. I just mean that, it's not it's not the kind. Everyone is walking around like they're a celebrity there.
How busy was it?
Well, we had an early, so at noon when I got there, not very, but by the time I left, most of the outdoor, it was all outdoors, obviously, but there was mostly full, I would say. And there was probably 20 tables total, but,
Inside, there's nothing going on, right? Except cooking.
Right.
Wow.
So, I'm really glad I did it. It was,
I'm jealous of what you ate first, not first, but both that and that you saw Josh Mankiewicz, both.
Yeah. Well, it just felt good to have someone make me food. But I had a steak. Had to have a steak.
What kind of steak?
I had a New York. Josh had a ribeye.
Who's Josh? You're Josh. Make the story so I can figure it out.
I had a New York. Mank had a ribeye.
That's ridiculous. You're telling the story. I should be able to tell which one is you. Ribeye, and you had New York. Those are the two best cuts of meat, I believe. Normally.
Yeah. Normally? Yeah. No. It's not.
What's wrong?
It's not normally. Just stop.
Oh, okay. Okay. Normula.
No.
You don't pronounce the L's? Oh, I'm the stupidest, worst comic duo in the world, and it's all my fault.
I always thought you were saying normally to be cute, but it's really a thing.
No, it's the way I was taught in my English AP class, advanced placement. You know
they call it UP, kids. Advanced placement.
Oh my God! Did you have dessert? I know you didn't. You guys aren't.
No, I did have coffee though because I knew I had to deal with you.
And was he? And have I angered Josh Mankiewicz? I would be so.
No, he jokingly questioned your manhood and told me to pass that along for not coming.
He's right.
But he asked about you as if he cared, and he
What?
And as I said, you were part of the initial invitation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
So.
Oh my! What time did you get there? You got there like 11:45, I bet, right?
55, and he was already there.
Of course, he was there.
Yeah, he's a goddamn,
no, I don't know that. Why do I know that he's pumped?
He's a journalist.
I do believe.
Of course, he's prompt.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
and we were sitting
man.
right across the street from his father's former law office, where one of his clients, of course, is Mr. James Mason.
Is it really one of his clients?
Yes, indeed.
James.
If you're looking for legal advice, Mank is my man.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, and I knew him as a boy. I knew young Josh as a boy.
What was he like as a child?
Well, mostly he would come to my son Boopsy, truly, what he was called around the house, Boopsy, Boopsy's quarterly birthday parties.
I've never seen James.
Literally, I had to have quarterly birthday parties for my son Boopsy.
You did not. Boopsy is not the name of your son, you liar.
Boopsy is not the proper name of my son.
You don't call a man Boopsy.
You do if you're from England, and apparently when you bring it over the pond, it scars the child for life. Did I know that at the time? Of course not.
You twit. Is that a good one?
Absolutely. Now you're on board. Flopsy.
I heard one from M. Ledsam the other week. Plank. It's like someone's really thick as a plank.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that one before. Was it so good that you had to interrupt one of the better James Masons? Was your decision colored by the fact that you knew there would be upcoming James Mason in a couple of minutes? No, it's just we're on fire today, except for the initial problems.
So I was actually a little bit trepidatious about it throughout the week.
Oh, so imagine how I would have been.
Yeah, for sure. No, I didn't. I neither blame you nor think less of you for not coming.
I thought you were going to say I neither blame you nor think better of you.
No, I mean, in fact, it felt quite safe.
Right.
But it's still, if you're going with the deal-a-meal style of risk management, it's a couple of points you don't need to spend.
Right. And the thing is that I'm comfortable with my own fears. Also, right? I already told you this, right?
Literally, that's the only thing about yourself you're comfortable with.
No, I'm not even comfortable with that. That was I was covering up. I was covering up for that. I actually not comfortable. No. I forgot what I was going to say. God damn it! There's something wrong. Oh yeah. Right after, did I tell you who I was invited by? That I got invited by Paul Schaefer and Andy Paley right after you, like almost like a minute after. Yeah, and so it's like it was a really bad FOMO week for me.
Yeah, that's a good one. Andy's leaving town. I just saw his house in the hot properties section of the LA Times.
What?
Yes.
He hasn't told me that. What do you read hot property?
No, I just happened to. I was looking at the LA Times, and when your friend's name is in the headline, it jumps out.
Do you subscribe? Because they seem to have interesting articles and they're trying to get me that way. How much is it?
I don't know how much it is, but I do. I subscribe to the LA Times, the New York Times, and the Washington Post.
Yeah, but they're separate, I think.
Yes, they're all three.
You don't get one. You don't get one trip, but you don't have the LA Times come to your house, right?
We do still, but it's silly.
Now, does the LA Times good still?
It's still among the better papers in the country, but it's
yeah, because I get mad that I don't see these things.
Yeah, it's it's not no paper is really good anymore, it seems, but it's there's legit journalism going on still.
They're working but they're working like kind of a show business. They're working like not a show business. It seems like a lot of entertainment news online through the Los Angeles Times that they're not getting other places.
It's a company town.
Yeah. So, what were we just talking about? Please rescue this. I didn't have to ruin it.
You didn't have to ruin it.
It wasn't through my normal.
I don't think you did ruin it, frankly.
Yes, I did.
But Andy Paley and Paul Schaefer lunch is a good both name drop and missed opportunity.
Yes, all of those names, all of Josh Mankiewicz.
Which is weird because Andy Paley himself is one of the great name droppers of all time.
I can't believe that he would do that. Now, why? But I did not know. He did not tell me that he is leaving.
Yep.
Where's he going?
I think he's going to the East Coast. This is according to Gruber.
Oh,
see,
wow!
Isn't this fun for everybody to listen to?
It isn't that bad. And Schaefer seems to come out here a lot. So
does he?
But I'm very happy with the decision I made because I know I would have been nervous.
Have you had much one-on-one time with Schaefer?
I just had the one meal just once. I think once over. Well, no, I had. So when the show was going on, we used the kibitz, but not really.
Yeah.
But not a lot. But then I went over to Andy's house and we had a dinner. And that was
Okay.
fun.
You know, the one weird thing about this show is that most people will probably hear it after the election, and it's like a whole different world taking place next week.
Oh, that's true. But some people wake up early on Mondays. And
No, I think,
run
yeah.
to the-
I mean, there'll be some, but
right.
But yeah, it's
I think everybody's in that mode of now.
this is the last.
holding their
This
breath.
is the last episode of the old reality, whatever the new reality may be.
And I predicted Joe Biden will win because I'm such a rebel
Yeah.
with my predictions.
Well, good.
Okay.
I take your predictions to the bank.
Well, I'm already. You're talking as if we're not going to be having one more day where we're going to be dreading on Monday.
No, we'll have one more day, but the people won't hear it until after the election.
That's true. That's true. Good
Next
point.
week is going to be a very manic show, I suspect.
Yes, it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully,
I know that.
hopefully celebratory.
Yes, I have a. It's whatever you want to say about it. It's not analogous to 2016.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So.
No,
That
I
brings
mean,
it- even last
even
2016
if
was
Trump
nervous.
were to somehow get reelected, the reality of the world would change radically.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to entertain that notion.
Nor do I.
Thank you, sir.
Sous Vide says, "Hey, surly Bob Dylan, has the situation improved? Talk to me next week."
Who are you voting for?
Who am I voting for?
Yeah.
I don't vote.
Come on, Bob Dylan. You should be rocking the vote like all great rock and rollers, telling people to get out there and rock the vote.
They got mad at me when I went electric. How am I supposed to rock the vote?
For somebody
a lot of people misconstrue my music. A lot of people, I'm really not that involved in issues.
Well, even you said that even during the folk thing that you weren't about the folk thing. You never wanted to be about any of the particular movements. You always stood outside.
I don't like to be pigeonholed.
I like this conversational, just slightly negative Bob Dylan, kind of more reasonable than normal.
Okay. All right, Skippy. Let's move on. Shucky Ducky says, quote, "My sense of whimsy has its limits today," unquote, should be on a t-shirt for the podcast. I said that last week because it was true.
My sense of whimsy. Is that in reaction to me doing something stupid?
It was me. Yeah, it was me just not wanting to play along with something stupid. Or at least something I judged stupid in that unwhimsical moment. Not Tweet Bahara.
Whimsy, the word whimsy itself means that it's on a whim.
It's
So you
almost
don't-
it's almost onomatopoetic.
Exactly. Sounds like it is. Is that means? Yes.
Yes. Not Tweet Bahara says, "Every once in a while, Andy's voice sounds like Joe Pesci. Andy, could you try saying these fucking balloon heads or this Jew motherfucker just for fun?"
When does this Joe motherfucker? What's the other one?
These fucking balloon heads.
Hey, fucking balloon heads.
Yeah, no, there's
I
something
can-
there. There's something there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you trying to joke with me? Are
no,
you
see,
saying
when you
I'm
try
a
too
clown?
hard. No, when you try to actually do it too hard,
Oh, you think I'm a clown of some type?
I think you're a failed clown. Shuggy Ducky
Shuggy-ducky.
says, a little late, but the answer to Yoshi from Test Show 76, a thought is an acronym for that hoe over there. I'm bored. Sorry. That's just unpleasant.
I don't remember the context, but I think it's a solid joke.
Mark Thompson says, Josh and Andy, please forgive this interruption of the James Mason imitations. But curious on your views of the future stand-up comedy and entertainment post-COVID. Understanding the election will play a role, do you see a quick or drawn-out recovery?
Drawn out.
Yeah, I think we've tipped the scale back to drawn-out recovery no matter what now. But I don't know. I think a lot of comedy clubs are going to close.
That is true.
I think it's going to be a while before they can operate at capacity. I think we're, probably a full year away from live entertainment having any kind of a real foothold again. And
that's a good, I would say that's the conservative and almost liberal estimate.
Yeah, I would say so too. But, I think a year from now, there's going to be some cities that have it under control and are doing more shit.
Yes.
And I think that a vaccine will have started to become part of life, But, I don't know. I know that my future of live entertainment is bleak. My personal future.
But were you feeling that way before this?
Yeah, I mean, after
your album, you didn't seem, you were kind of bored, not bored, but satiated.
Yeah, at least it felt like a nice little gravestone for my comedy, for my stand-up career.
Oh, that's not a cynical way of looking at life. I saw my last CD as a gravestone.
Pretty much. I mean, I was scheduled to do that 20 Minutes of New Stuff show at the beginning of all this.
Was that like in March it got canceled?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so I think had I done that, I might feel differently because I would have at least a foothold on a new act that I want to do.
Yeah, you would see right.
But it's really just, there's just no future for me. I mean, it's not ever going to be anything that I want to do, in terms of being on the road all the time to make a living.
Right.
It's one of those things where it's just like the best case scenario is no longer even appealing to me. Right.
And will that best case scenario even be, who knows what the viability, I mean, I don't know what kind of circuit's going to be, but the circuit has been changing even before this. I think it's like any other businesses, like some businesses shouldn't come back, and you could certainly argue that with comedy clubs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it created an artificial end to a bubble that was going to pop in a lot of ways anyway.
And it changed a lot. I mean, it's the whole business has changed with all these festivals, and I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
But it really in a lot of ways, it feels like, at least for comedians, the real business has become having a relationship with your audience.
Exactly.
And that means stand-up podcasts and whatever other shit you're doing that, that really just caters to your people.
Yeah, and also what you want to do. I mean, I didn't come out of the womb thinking about podcasts or even radio, but it's just it's a different way of expressing yourself, and I don't know that it'll ever be as rewarding as performing in clubs. I mean, while you're doing it doesn't feel, it has to have the same, you don't get the same rush from it, but except when I'm laughing a lot. Yeah. It's just a different rush,
I like the intellectual part of doing stand-up of like, does this joke work?
Yes.
But once I've answered that question, the approval of the audience is no longer something that fills something up for me.
I think you'll never know how you feel, but you've been feeling this way I don't know if you're feeling it. I mean, you got more excited about it when you were doing the album.
Yeah, because that was a project with a mission.
Right. But would you say if you,
I'm not done. I am not done being a comedy performer.
Well, yeah, I would.
I'm not like announcing my retirement. But
you play music, you do comedy, you do everything.
But it's, in terms of thinking about things that I do for a living, I'm kind of scratching that one off the list.
I'm just laughing because I think about the podcast a lot, and I think about, because there's actually a very good Sarah Larson, I think her name is. She has a podcast reviews in the New Yorker now. She does, I think, not every week, but every other week or whatever. And it's very interesting the way, because she has an interesting way of describing them.
Yeah.
And it makes me excited about doing ours, because I feel like we're in that category of things that are different. But then the more, if you just think about it too much, it becomes an ego thing where you just like, you really can't think about it too much. It's just like you just have to enjoy yourself doing it. But
Yeah.
I do get excited about the fact that, I enjoy doing it, and it's like we're providing something. I mean, we'll know if people don't want it anymore, but at this point, I think it's almost always defined by how long you're doing something and what happens with it,
Right.
Like sometimes things get too big or whatever, or like, I'm not saying like I feel bad for Karen and her murder mystery show because she's making millions of dollars, but on the other hand, I sometimes see myself in that kind of position where I'm kind of glad that we don't have a theme in a way
Right.
that would get very tired of.
Yeah, well, and it would also require work.
Work, exactly. Well, you do the work. You do more work. You do more work, obviously, but it's not research work. But this one podcast they talked about was really interesting where it's called You Were Wrong About.
Yeah.
And it's all these things throughout history. You've heard of it?
No, I'm just saying, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they deal with Monica Lewinsky. They deal with all these things that you thought, like Kitty Genovese, who really wasn't ignored on the street. That was just really a misreported story that fed into the political climate at the time. So it's really interesting because one person does the research and then presents it to the other person who doesn't. So they take turns doing that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would be horrible for us.
Andy, I didn't get a chance to watch mine.
No,
I just read.
I mean, the truth is that we designed this podcast in the only way it would be sustainable for us.
Yes, and the fact the COVID part of it to me is like the fact that we don't see each other during it does not. I'm over that part of it. I feel like I'm more excited about it maybe because it's easier or whatever, but just that it's a conversation.
Yeah, it's also not it's not a forced 2 hours in one sitting, which is also nice.
Right. Which I think was always hard, but we did it.
Not always. I mean,
It was with you. It's like talking to a fucking wall. It's like talking to a wall who yells at you.
like a fucking wall who does James Mason.
Yeah. And then occasionally coughs.
Shiftless Element says, with heavy hitters behind the scenes and an impressive roster of on-screen talent, it's hard to think of a more disastrous product rollout than Quibi. What? Wait for it. What? To Zune?
That's such a great line. What, to Zoom?
Zune.
Oh, what do you mean Zune?
Zune was a failed Microsoft music player.
Oh, I didn't know that. How do you spell that?
Zune.
Oh, okay. Now that I see it spelled that way, that is a great joke. To Zune, U-N-E.
Seth Dick III says, Mama Dick III asked me to ask you what you guys plan on doing election night, quote unquote, tomorrow. Also looking forward to mood shift in next week's show in between Monday and Wednesday tapings from anxious to, question mark.
Well, there won't be a Wednesday if we don't win.
It's just two grown men sobbing.
I'm going to be home, and I have therapy on at 2:00, 2 to 3, and I think 3 our time will be when maybe some of the polls will close on the East Coast, maybe not.
3 and 4. 4 o'clock is usually the first big poll closing at 7 p.m.
And then I'm going to call on the Majority Report, which I spent 2016 like an hour with them on the phone. It was so depressing. But I'm going to call in early in the day.
Yeah. Well, if
They're doing a 12-hour show.
Florida could reveal while you're on the air. So.
Oh man, Florida. So I'm doing that like at 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning because I know I'm going to be up from now till then pretty much.
From now till Tuesday?
Well, I've been this way since I don't sleep as much as.
Yeah.
My sleep is still very torn apart, and I'm hoping it'll get better after the election.
I hope so too. I have not had, this week has been hard to get anything done. I will cop to that. That's for sure.
That's you could tell Everyone's that way.
Yeah. Jason Parton says, did you guys get the masks you have to eat to get off your own faces? I think that's what Trump was saying was going on. These people in California, they won't take the masks off. They eat with the masks on. They have to eat it to get off their face.
No, it's true. No, it's true. No, it's not true. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know what I like when he says sometimes, they go, why'd you say that all these people, that you hated Asian people? I was kidding.
It was sarcasm. I was baiting the
sarcasm.
I was baiting the
shithole
press.
Countries.
Right.
So you don't believe they're shithole countries? No, I believe they're shithole countries, but I'm kidding.
Right. Fletcher Alexson says, Andy, who is this adolescent Australian kid, Go Goodman, you had an interview with a few years ago? He also interviewed Michael Jackson drummer Sugarfoot Moffat. Some kind of kid talk show?
Is his name Go Goodman?
I guess so.
Hey, did I ever tell you that? Do you ever wonder why there's an expiration date on sour cream, Josh?
Because it doesn't go Goodman?
It's not gonna. What is it gonna go? Goodman? I don't remember who this could be, but I will now. Because I'm narcissistic, I will now look it up.
All right.
I've done things with people from others. There was a person from Australia, but I can't remember the interview part.
No, because you just kept going. It looks like.
Oh. I did that last night for about 5 minutes.
Did you?
I was in a closet working on something. They look like dress pants, but they look like dress pants, but they aren't.
So, Andy, how did you start doing stand up?
Before I did stand up, I sold dress pants, Josh. Do you know they were very popular? They look like yoga pants. But they aren't.
They look like dress pants. But they're
See,
not.
I gotta go to the master to get the full flavor.
But they're not. They're yoga pants.
He also likes the toothbrush, that toothbrush everyone sells. Why is there only one toothbrush available for podcasts? Quippy. It's Quippy. And you know what we'll also do? We'll send you refills every 6 months, regardless of how you feel about it.
It looks like a jackknife, but it's not. It's a toothbrush.
And might I add, I don't usually use my toothbrush that often. Okay, I gotta stop. I get sick from impressions because I'm so bad at it.
Wookie Talkie says, I asked Bob Dylan to play the Monster Mash in his set. What do you guess he had to say about it? Well, Bobby Boris Pickett, it's like a brother to me, so I'd be happy to do it. But we did the mash. We did the Monster Mash. He did the mash. He did the Monster Mash.
I heard some stirring. I didn't know you were that you were that close to the harmonica.
Tom the Tom says, I got sick to a staph infection while watching Wrath of Khan in the theater. I can't ever watch it now. Any bad memory / event keep you from a movie, show, music, etc.?
Well, we know what it is with me, right? It's a miracle worker.
Oh, right.
And whatever movie I was seeing, I don't remember what movie I was seeing when my parents took me, and they just, they said they didn't care what I ordered. They didn't look at me. I ordered the jumbo box of Good and Plenty,
right,
which is not good for your system.
Right.
But I don't remember the movie, though.
But have you had Good and Plenty since?
I've had it, but I've never enjoyed it. I can have one.
Yeah.
It's really a problematic candy.
And you literally go, good, that's plenty.
Josh Elvis Weinstein has a mind like a steel trap for puns.
That felt like a compliment till the end there.
Well, I always close weak.
I don't know what I have. I've had a run-in with restaurant pancakes as a kid, which ruined pancakes for many years for me.
What was that?
That was just, I ate one of those gross whipped cream and one of those gross, way too dressed pancakes. And just woke up in a pool of my own vomit, covering my entire...
That's terrible. That is so terrible. Oh, that's some bad food. I have to admit.
Food. I'm glad I was too young to have to be the one to clean it up, frankly.
Was it at a home or was it like international house?
It was at a Perkins.
That's right, Perkins.
And it was back when there was Perkins, and then there was a separate sort of sub-brand called Perkins Cake and Steak.
Sounds terrible.
Or maybe they were all Perkins Cake and Steak, and then they just all became Perkins. I'm not sure, but this happened at the Perkins Cake and Steak on Highway 100.
They should call them the Perkins, whatever they use to clean out your heart. An aneurysm. It's not an aneurysm. It's a balloon goes up your thing.
Angioplasty.
Exactly. Thank you. You know, I toured as angioplasty once. Angioplasty.
Yeah.
Once I toured because it wasn't funny.
We got clotted.
That was a weird laugh.
It was kind of. It sounded like you needed angioplasty almost.
Hey, angioplasty. I'm not going to have that. I don't want to have that again. Well, you could have that twice. Okay, forget it then.
Oh geez, we're headed towards our hard out here soon. So,
would you stop making me feel unusually guilty about?
You give me a time, and I'm a punctual person. So now I'm clock watching.
You are a horrible man.
No, I'm a people pleaser, is what I am.
No, you're not.
Yes,
you want
I am.
me to leave to go to the bank, and you want me to be thinking about this interaction, like maybe I've ruined the podcast. What if it's over now because I started late and demanded a hard out?
I don't know. Maybe throwing some pathos about your dead mom, and I'll feel guilty or something.
Where do you know the only place I can? You know, it's embarrassing. The only place I don't have a hard out.
Yes, I know. Larry Harold says, Boss Andy, can you please call Mr. Weinstein in and tell him his side gig as a James Mason impersonator is a distraction from his work at the company and will not be tolerated. Thanks, fellas.
Mr. Weinstein.
Thanks, fellas, and good luck to us all on Tuesday.
Mr. Weinstein, please come in here for a minute. I said immediately, Mr.
Mr. Kindler.
It has come to my attention through the chat rooms that all you seem to be doing all day long is your James Mason. James Mason this, James Mason that.
It's a lie.
Now look,
it's
Mr.
a lie.
Weinstein,
It's slander.
Well, I will have to let you go. And before you dot another I.
Will you? I see. Oh, shit.
You know what? You've won me over. You've won Scrooge over. Oh, I'm not Scrooge. I forgot. Mr. Kindler.
I believe you started as Scrooged and then abandoned the attribution.
You are such a classy person as James Mason. It really classes up your whole thing.
I really feel better, actually, as well.
It's fake news.
Jordan Maywood says, have you ever considered moving to Canada, as some Americans say they will do if things go awry next week? If so, what's the funniest province name? British Columbia is pretty funny because it's neither.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty K enriched.
Is that the name of a province?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good. I am moving, yes, and wherever they'll have me.
So no, you're not moving.
Yeah, in other words, yes. And that woman shows a map, Lori Garrett, who's like an infectious disease specialist. She shows a map of where the COVID ends.
Yeah.
And it makes a border.
Yeah,
between us and Canada.
It is literally, there's a big red thing that's the shape of the United States.
Yes.
And then there's a few little red spots north of that.
I mean, that's pretty sickening.
It is.
Literally.
There are a lot of vast open expanses in Canada, to be fair.
Good point. Solid rejoinder.
Guy Incognito.
30 people live there.
Guy Incognito says, you're not going to believe this, guys, but I heard Paul Lynde and Joseph Mengele were both on the Newlywed Game back in the 1970s. Can we hear a nugget of that, perhaps?
What, you mean on an anti-Semitic version of the Newlywed Game?
Hey, that's not funny. My love of the Semites is well known. It's true, he loves the Jews. I keep telling him, stop loving the Jews. That's enough, Mengele.
Seems like he's a Paul Lind is a. I can't take anti-Semitic Paul.
I'm trying to keep my hate under a bushel here. Dan Marsh says, hey guys, do either of you wear cologne all the time or for special occasions? Or did you used to back in the day? I would say my last splash of cologne probably was 1992.
I use the scent that I've used the last 7 years. I love it. And
Ben Gay.
It's like Philip Vard. It's something, but I really like it, and I use it because it doesn't have like too strong a smell. It works with my pheromones.
It's called Panic by Philip Vard.
But I will remember who it is if anybody wants to know. I'm perfectly happy giving you the name.
Panic. She smells fear.
Fear is sexy.
Mad City Architect says, in honor of Halloween, I wonder what a conversation between Andy and Charlie Brown's teacher might sound like.
Hi, teacher. How's it going? What does that mean? How can you teach a class and make those sounds? Hey, what's the upside for us in this bit? It works all the time. Unlike me.
Guy Incognito says, Andy, let's say someone has woken up out of a coma since 1970. Has the situation with the New York Jets improved?
Unfortunately, it has not improved.
Dan Wade says, hi, guys. Well, the streak is broken. I had listened to every single episode of the show, but last week I did a complete 180. See, because last week was 180.
Oh, baby.
Andy, could you summarize last week's show for me?
Sure. What happened was Josh said hello, and then I just started riff every topic. And Josh was like, please, Andy, I can't, I have to do the show. You're killing me. And I like that. You sound like Jim from Taxi there for a second.
Okay, Doc. Joel says, hey, guys, I got a question. Will you be my friend? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And like all of LA friendships, we will never see each other.
That you don't have to add that then. Do it later.
Was that? I'm sorry. Did I say the quiet part out loud? That one hits me in a Kindler way.
He said the quiet part out loud.
Michael O'Connor says, greetings, Josh. I finally got around to renting your Michael Day bar, Doc. Most excellent. And happy belated birthday to you, Mort. Maybe you could ask Josh to produce the ups and downs, mostly downs, of life with Droopy, Doc.
I will take that. Suggestion under advisement.
Right. He had you at happy birthday and lost you.
Yeah, exactly.
And lost you at me.
Yeah, I'm not looking for more projects that involve Andy Kindler's penis.
That's clear.
I don't have it in me.
And thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed the doc. I appreciate you renting it. I would appreciate you buying it more, but I like you.
Unbelievable. This guy's unbelievable. Yeah, that was nice. I appreciate it. Of course, if you had paid for it, it would have been better.
You know, it was Jen Kirkman who really convinced me that that's the best way to support somebody. But
oh, cool.
Stephen Elton VIII says, which would you prefer? 1, seeing your favorite musical performer from an ideal vantage point, or 2, being on stage with your favorite performer, playing to the best of your ability, adding to the quality of the music.
Oh, that's a tough one. I got to be the center of attention, I think.
I'd always rather be on stage. That's just me.
Yeah. There's one leaving at 5.
Give me a harmonica. I'll play that.
We'll travel.
Sorry.
Have jokes, will travel. That was the name of my first country western comedy CD.
Yeah, available at truck stops everywhere. You traveled for a while as Andy Joe Prater, didn't you?
A little bit. When he died, a little bit of every comic died with him.
All right, because we're running short on time, I'm going to chop off the front part of Stephen Elton Yates, which he went, so you can reuse it if you want, the subatomic particle thing. But when he gets to the
tell him it's evergreen.
It's evergreen. You recycle it if you need to, Stephen. But we're on a schedule today. Best ersatz curly: Shemp, Joe Besser, Curly Joe Dorita, or don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, A and D for me. Adam Nicolitz says, my girlfriend says I take forever to leave the house for a trip. I'm just making sure lights are off, things are locked, and trying not to forget anything we'll need. How would James Mason talk his way out of a speeding ticket?
I'm pulling you over, Mr. Mason. Do you know how fast you are going?
I'm afraid I have no idea, officer. I'm so sorry to have inconvenienced you.
Oh, you're certainly a nice gentleman.
Well, I'm sure you are too, sir.
Are you coming on to me in a homophobic way from the 30s?
Absolutely not. I'm 100% man.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead, James Mason. You are so charming.
Tally-ho.
Thank you, Mr. Charm.
See, I told you, Boopsy. Those people are dipshits.
Stop calling me Boopsy. Boopsy.
Another Steve and Elton Yates nugget. Best wishes and good luck to us all, gentlemen. Thank you for the joy you bring us. By the way, every interaction I've had with spiralers has been delightful. Online or in person, they are a sweet, smart, funny community. Reflects well on you both. Well, thank you.
Oh, that's very nice.
I think.
Thank you.
I think that is absolutely the thing that makes us like doing this, is that we feel like the people we're doing it for and with are people we like. Yes.
That was the whole goal. Well, we didn't know what the goal was.
No, but vibe. It's about vibe. Yeah. It was always about vibe. That I knew.
Cool.
Greg Kelly says tomorrow's Halloween as I type this. What are James Mason and Howard Cosell going as this extra spooky holiday?
This is Howard Cosell. I will not be leaving my house this year for the Halloween celebration. But I will be inviting over to my house for the Halloween. Fernando Valenzuela will be fighting against Roberto Dobison, and they will be fighting together via Zoom.
Well, it's very interesting to hear Fernando Valenzuela doing a fight. But I guess times are tough. I myself love Halloween, love it like as I was a child. In fact, this year I think it's my best costume so far. I'm going as Richard Burton.
Yes.
Q-Mock says, chaps, time for you to go on record with your prediction. How many electoral college votes will the Dems get?
350.
Huh? What are you saying? 350, you're saying?
I said 350.
Wow,
I just pulled it out of my ass.
That's a big win, and I like it. I'm going to go, but I think it's going to be like 310. I'm going to go.
Beautiful.
And all I need is 270, God damn it. And Q-Muck also says, the A and J, what personality trait does the other one possess that you wish you had more of?
Intelligence and patience.
Wow, that was quick and nice of you. I wish I had a little bit of Andy's ability to get excited about things.
That's kind of cool.
I think you have. The ability to be very enthusiastic about things when it turns you on, and I think that's better than mine. See, I didn't go snarky even.
No, you didn't, because I think it was your overwhelming love for me.
That might be it. I'll have to sort that out. Dave Slusher says, my wife roasted pumpkin seeds with red pepper. My 9-year-old daughter's first question was, Andy?
Is it? Excuse me. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much. Sounds like a plan. It is spicy! I'm sorry, that's too young a voice.
No, it was good. It wasn't. Okay, 9, maybe it was a little too young. Yeah, you're right.
Michelle Weiss-Carver.
Michelle Weiss-Carver, I love you.
Says, Josh, the new MST shorts are completely fantastic. Kudos to you, Joel and Bill. Also, one of the funniest things I've heard lately is Josh proclaiming in TS 180, wow, I am so full of hatred right now. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
I remember that. Thank you, Michelle. That did bring me unending joy.
I'm glad you like the shorts too. We're doing the big sort of premiere of the shorts tonight. In fact, on Zoom. So
beautiful.
I won't plug it too much because it's past tense. Isai 76 says, as the official Mexican of Thought Spiral and being bilingual, I have to try harder so I don't sound like a dum-dum in any language. Do you guys judge anyone when they say nuclear?
I used to, but I'm trying to let it go.
Yeah, no. I mean, it doesn't bump me as much as the one, like the one Andy was doing earlier.
Yeah. What was that one? Yes, you normally.
Normally, yes.
Yeah.
Like normally is weirder than nuclear.
Yeah, because it's just stupid, and I'm doing it to annoy you.
I'm doing it to annoy you. So no, I mean, you're living in LA, you just don't judge people for being bilingual.
True.
Chaotic Neutral says, do you think we never hear about Seth Dick III's dad because Daddy Dick III sounds like a porno?
I think so. I think that's a good call.
Seth Dick III now comes back with, we all have fun here, but I'd humbly request on behalf of Mama Dick III that my father not be made fodder for this festival of ribald hijinks. Truth is, I never knew my father. I was born 9 months after Mama Dick III attended a show at the Comedy and Magic Club.
I like that he's creating a whole thing.
Yeah, it's quite a little dickiverse, if you will. Rookie Carroca says, it delighted me a few shows ago when Andy's penis addressed him formally, just as your disappointed, weary grandmother might. Andrew. Yes, Andrew.
I can't do this. Andrew. Am I doing it's actually my mother that I'm doing normally.
No, it was me. It was me talking to you, addressing you as Andrew. As if you...
Oh, yes. Please don't. My mother did that. I don't need that from you. From you, non-working penis.
No problem, boss.
Hey, non-working penis, I have to be at the bank in 10 minutes, non-working penis.
Don't panic, Andrew. We'll do a really short Yoshi song then. Yo, 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 Yoshi Yamamoto.
Yoshi, Yoshi, Yoshi,
nope,
yo.
It's over. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but some Weisenheimer in the State of the Industry chat alleged that Craig Ferguson has been doing the too soon ye joke for years. I've been unable to find anything that confirms the claim. Well, that's horrifying if it's true.
It's horrifying if it's true.
But I don't feel guilty because I can say with a very clear conscience, I didn't watch me know Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. Well, I don't know what to do about it now, but we've already done it, so there's nothing we can, if I had known, I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, the fact that no one else said it means that someone...
Yeah, someone needs to provide proof.
It's very possible that Craig Ferguson did something a little like that.
Right.
Yes. You know how people hear jokes and their accuracy with them.
Oh, you took that right from him. You must have been listening to Craig Ferguson.
All right. Well, then that's it. Well, you go to the bank, you sign your papers, you get them notarized, and we'll talk on Monday.
Okay, but I guess we really want...